Now, the best part about our university is for the undergraduate students, we charge same tuition fee like an American in-state student. That means an international student, an Indian student is going to pay the same tuition fee what an American student will pay. So the tuition fee per year for 30 credits would be $13,950 only. Second plus point to study at EMU is that you only have to pay for the first and second year. Third and fourth year tuition fee is completely waived off. Students don't have to pay a single dollar while studying at EMU. Guaranteed 50% scholarship to all the international students. But students have to stay compulsory on campus if you are an undergraduate student. And the living expense, like the accommodation cost per year would be $11,174 per year. For master's program also, we have various scholarships. It completely depends on your GPA. If a student has a GPA of 3.6 and above, you get a scholarship of $10,700 flat. And if you have a GPA of 3.2 and above, you get a scholarship of $3,100 per year. So and we also give certain scholarships like, full fee, up to full fee waiver, depends on your GPA. I'm an international recruitment manager for IUPUI, Indiana University, and Purdue University, which is again a research public university, the urban university of USA. Purdue ranks 7 in the entire US. So it's highly ranked, highly competitive. But at IUPUI campus, we accept students with 3 GPA also for a Purdue program. And it's among the top 50 university in the entire US. First undergraduate motorsports engineering was formed here. And most of the Purdue engineering programs are among the ranking programs. Kelley Business School of Indiana University is among the top 15 in the entire US for all kinds of business programs. US first airport was formed here. We are really good into research work. $1 million research funds are being allocated. Indiana is US second largest medical school. All our courses are accredited and ranked. Some of the courses like the human computer interaction is really liked by everyone, and you get a lot of jobs in Google, humans, all kind of hospitals and pharma industries. Students from non-engineering background, non-computer background, non-science background also apply for this program. So it's really liked because even you use a smartphone, it's like human and machine interaction. So it's most liked, and you get high jobs in this sector. We are highly competitive in scholarship. If a student has a GPA of 3.2 and above, 3.5 and above, you get a scholarship of $10,000 per year, up to $18,000 per year, which is known as Jaguar Excellence Award. We have Platinum International Scholars Program, wherein student gets $27,000 scholarship per year if you have a GPA of 3.75 and above. We have Chancellor Scholarship, which is $19,000 per year if you have a GPA of 3.75 and above. We have BEPCO Scholars and Fellow Program, wherein we give full tuition fee waiver. So your statement of purpose plays an important role when you apply at IUPUI. For a master's program, we have graduate assistantship, we have a fellowship, we do have research assistantship. When a student gets a stipend per year, student also gets their insurance paid, they get their accommodation fee paid. So there are numerous scholarships available for the undergraduate and for the master's program. Moreover, after completion of program, we do have 98% kind of placement ratio. And during pandemic, it's like around 94%. You can go on YouTube and you can check about our students, how they have been placed, how they have been working. And along with each and every program, we have a research combination. So you do research, you work with the faculties, you work with state-of-art infrastructure and lab. That's why you get jobs easily after completion of your program, no matter it's a bachelor's program or a master's program. So that's all about I have to share. If there is anything, I'm open for questions.
Thank you, Priya, Dr. Priya Kule, for that wonderful presentations, for explaining us the program flexibility that is available in US, where undergraduate level student can take transfer after the first year. At graduate level, it is difficult. You know, how basically you should select your program based on the cost, based on various other factors, and the last comes is ranking. Those informations were very valuable. There are a few questions. First question is basically, in fact, I have a student who is part of this webinar. His name is Pritish. Yeah, Pritish Kokatei. I had invited him. So he wants to do bachelor's in sports management. He is a state level tennis player, and he is looking to apply for the Eastern Michigan University. So he has a doubt.
That's great.
Sorry, basketball. Pritesh, I'm so sorry. Basketball. Yeah, please go on.
Yeah, so we do accept Duolingo along with IELTS and TOEFL. Best part about Eastern Michigan, it's an athlete university. Our stadium can have like around 30,200 people at a time. So like, you can imagine what kind of athlete university we are. You will get flat 50% guaranteed scholarship, only pay for first and second year. Plus, since you are a sportsman, you can also get a sportsman scholarship. Maybe you also get your, even a full fee waiver also. Like it completely depends, like the apply before 1st of November, because most of our scholarship and grants, we complete and we give it to the students before 1st of November. We will try to give you maximum scholarship, but guaranteed takeaway is 50% fee waiver.
Perfect. Thank you. There are basically a couple of more questions. Basically, you have already mentioned it in terms of GMAT, GRE, SAT waiver. Pritish has one more question. Does having relatives in Michigan helps in admission?
Not really. Like, yeah, the only benefit is you can stay with your relatives and you can cut down on your cost. That's the only benefit you get.
But you mentioned at undergraduate, it is compulsory to stay on campus, right?
It is compulsory. If you don't stay on campus, we cannot give you the federal funds, so you have to pay your third and fourth year tuition fee. So that's the reason, because we use our federal funds on undergraduate students, which is generally used on the master's students. So that's the thing. If you want to stay with your relatives, then you may not get the third and fourth year tuition fee waiver, but you can get other scholarships for that.
Perfect. Okay. Fine. Thank you, Priya, for that. One of the question is basically, you have mentioned about GIE, GMAT, SAT waiver, but you have not spoken anything about the deadlines. You mentioned about November 1st deadline. Is that the only deadline for the graduate and the undergraduate program?
So that is the early deadline for your scholarship. Deadline for the fall intake is 1st of June. And for the spring intake, for the Jan intake is 1st of October. So now since we have crossed the spring intake deadline, so you can go for fall 2022 intake, and the deadline would be 1st of June. Still, if you're keen to go for Jan 2022 intake, in that case, you can write an email to me. We can still consider your application till 1st of November.
Okay. Pritesh is for January 2022. So
Okay, so
definitely,
just to try and make send your online application as soon as possible. You
right.
can collect the application fee waiver code from Mr. Richard, and you will just get the application fee waiver.
Thank you, Priya. Thank you for that. Also, basically, there's a question regarding for graduate. Can the graduate also take accommodations, or how is it? Or does the university helps in getting off-campus accommodation?
Graduate can stay out of campus. There is no compulsion because they are matured students. Undergrad, sometimes they get lost in such a big university. That's why we recommend them to stay on campus. We do have free shuttle and buses across the university campus. So it's free for students. They just have to show the student ID.
Perfect. Just to basically make you make students understand, early deadline are the scholarship deadlines, priority deadlines, where if you apply, basically you will be able to get scholarship based on your profile, definitely, but there is a chance of you getting a scholarship. Am I right, Priya?
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
So for undergraduate, anytime they apply, even by 1st of June, still they will get 50% guaranteed scholarship. But apart from that guaranteed scholarship, if you want full fee waiver or more scholarship, then it's better you apply before 1st of November.
Perfect. Thank you, Priya, for that. There's one more question about, basically you mentioned 90 to 94%. So what type of support does the university provide in terms of job placements?
So university provide hands-on internships along with your course, which give you a practical exposure. When you are in your undergrad program, so generally into your 7th semester, there is campus in-house interviews wherein students are being exposed to the industries where you can apply for job. After completion of your program, also we give 100% placement assistance, and most of our students are being placed. The ratio is 92% because most of the students from China, they go back to their country. Students from Europe go back to their country. Students, those who stay back are Americans and mostly Asians, like Indians, Nepalis, and students from Pakistan who don't want to go back. That's why the placement ratio is 92%, but for our computer program or for our business program, it's like 100%. Like students stay back in US and work, and then they go back to their country.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Now, there is also basically a question regarding IUPUI. Is there an application fee for IUPUI, or there is an application fee waiver for IUPUI as well?
So IUPUI is very highly ranked in terms of engineering and science, and there is no application fee waiver. So sorry for that, but if you apply, you get a lot of scholarships there. And second plus point would be like the research labs. Like even in your undergraduate program, you do hands-on research into your master's program, and the pay package generally what we have seen is around $70,000 starting for a UG student, even those who are not from the STEM background. So that's the plus point, because IUPUI is located in Indianapolis, which is the capital of Indiana state. And it's just in downtown where all the industries like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Disney, IBM all have their headquarters.
Perfect. Thank you, Dr. Priya. Thank you again for the answering for that question. And the last question that we have is regarding the COVID. In what precaution does the basically, in terms of visa purpose, is there any change of rule? There is no change of rule. And what precaution does the student has to take, and what precaution has university taken for the same?
Okay, so for both the universities, even for this intake for the fall 2021, students have to come with their RT-PCR test, which is not old than 72 hours. So you have to carry that report, and you have to arrive at the US airport. Wherever you arrive, you have to show that you are not quarantined in that case if you carry the report. In terms of US visa, record-breaking visa we have seen in 2021. So we had never seen that kind of visas in US. In terms of visas for Eastern Michigan, for IUPUI, being a federal government university, we have not seen visa rejections for our student until and unless, like, they have been there is shortfall in their finance. So what happens sometimes, especially students from Gujarat and all, to get the I-20, they show fake financial funds, which the university cannot find it out, but the embassy and the consulate find it out when you apply for visa. So that is the thing. That's why I tell, please don't make any fraudulent documents, especially when you come for a US visa interview. They have the third party verification. So when you go to VFS to hand over your documents to do your biometrics, from that day onwards, they check everything about you. So the day when you come for an interview, 80% the decision is already done whether to give them child a visa or not. 20% is the way how you speak, how confident you are about your course and your university, that decides your visa. And so for us, we have not seen a visa rejection for student for any program until and unless they have produced a fake financial statement.
Thank you, Dr. Priya. Thank you.